Hello students, I welcome you once again to the e-learning sessions of Automobile Engineering. Myself Hardik Shah, and during this lecture series we will discuss some interesting topics in the subject of automotive electricals and electronics. We have already started a new chapter, and that is the charging systems, okay, and we have already discussed many of the topics, and our today's topic in this video is alternators working and its rectification. Okay, it is the most important topic. I hope you will see this video till the end to completely understand this topic and gain your skills in automobile engineering. I also request you to note down any queries which arises during the lecture and ask it in comment section. I will try to solve all the queries as soon as possible. So without wasting much time, let's start our video. So let's see first principle of the operation of the alternator. Okay, so alternators generate electricity by the same principle as DC generators, namely when the magnetic field around a conductor changes, a current is induced in the conductor. Okay, typically a rotating magnet called the rotor turns within a stationary set of conductors wound in coils on a iron core, which is called a stator. Okay, the field cuts across the conductors, generating an electrical current as the mechanical input causes the rotor to turn. Okay, however, after every half revolution there will be reverse polarity of the magnet, hence we will get AC current. Okay, so the rotor, which is having the constant magnetic field driven permanent magnet, which are the magnets, will attempt to take such positions that N pole of the rotor is adjusted to the south pole of the stator's magnetic field, okay, and vice versa. So this magnetic mechanical forces will drive the rotor to follow rotating magnetic field in a synchronous manner. Okay, so the alternator thus produces three-phase AC current, and this is given to the rectifier bridge, which converts it into the DC current, which can then be supplied to the different loads. Okay, so this was about the principle of the alternator. Now let's see the rectification from the AC to DC. Okay, so as discussed, there needs to be DC supply to run the vehicle loads and also to charge the battery. Now as an alternator produces three-phase AC voltage, it needs to be rectified to the DC. The principle of the operation is also just like this. Half wave rectification. So what is that? So a diode is like an electronic valve which allows only one flow of the direction of the current and blocks the current if flowing from the other side. So using one diode we can achieve half wave rectification. This means that only positive cycle appears on the output. There is no negative side on the output. So you can see that in figure also. Okay, so this is the half wave rectification. Next is full wave rectification. So what is that? Now there are many ways to achieve this. The one using two diodes, like just like this, which is shown here. Okay, in the positive half of the input one diodes operate and the other is redundant, and in the negative half the other diode operates and the former one will stay redundant. Okay, which was conducting in the first half, it will be now redundant. Okay, so this way the full wave will work. Next is rectifier circuit of the automobile alternator. So how it will work? So as seen, two diodes produce full wave rectification of the single phase input. So for three phase input we require 6 diodes along with the resistor bridge of the star connection or delta connection. Okay, so the circuit diagram for this type of alternator is also shown here. for your reference. So as seen, there are 8 diodes for the rectification. Okay, usually 6 diodes are sufficient, but 2 extra diodes are put as indicated, which is given connection for the star bridge common point to even rectify any voltage occurring due to the unbalanced circuit. Okay, this increases the rectifier efficiency. Now 3 field diodes, one for each phase, are used to give warning light signals. Okay, so there is a regulator which regulates the output. As discussed earlier, the slip rings and the field windings are used to input the regulator. Okay, there are 2 ways in which this is done. One way is to supply constant feed to the feed winding from excitation diodes, and regulator switches are on the earth side. Okay, the other system, one side of the field winding is constantly on the earth and the regulated switches are on the supply side. Okay, so alternator do not require any current regulators. This is because if the output voltage is regulated, the voltage supplied to the field windings cannot exceed the preset level. Fine. So this in turn will only allow a certain current to flow due to the resistance of the winding. Okay, and hence the limit is set for the field strength. Now electronic voltage regulation is usually used in modern car using the Zener diode. Okay, this diode can be constructed to break down and conduct in reverse at the precise set level. Okay, so this was all about the rectification of the alternator. So here were all about the discussion on the charging systems and its purpose. Okay, and also on the alternator. Wish you got the clear idea about it. Now let's see some important questions of this chapter. First question, why automobile required charging system? Explain DC dynamo with need diagram. So we have already discussed DC generator in video, you can see that. Second, explain the construction of the alternator and its advantage over the generator. Write the advantage of the alternator over DC generator. We have also discussed this in previous videos. Okay. Next, write a short note on the cutout relay used in charging circuit. It is important. Next, explain voltage and current regulator with need sketch. And fifth, explain combined voltage regulator current regulator system. So this was all the major questions that can be asked in exam. All the answers can be found from this lecture series of the from the different sessions of the charging system. Okay, I have also made a lecture series on the other chapters like basics of automotive electricals, battery system, thereafter starting system, in which all the starter motors and motor drives are explained in detail. Okay, thereafter right now we have discussed about the charging and charging this system and charging methods. Thereafter we will discuss on the lighting systems, then ignition systems, then injection systems, that is electronic injection, and thereafter we will learn about the different accessories like AC and DC horns, thereafter wind tone horn, air horns, thereafter electronic horn, reverse horn, horn relay, warning buzzers, thereafter sensors, instrumentation cluster panel, fuel gauges, oil temperature gauges, warning light sensors, thereafter coolant temperature gauges, speedometer, odometer, tachometer, trip meter, oil level indicator, parking brake indicator, direction indicators, thereafter swiper motors, central locking system. We will also discuss about the sensors and actuators. Okay, so therefore if you have any more to know or you have any specific query, you can write it in comment section. I will surely try to respond as soon as possible. Okay, I hope you are seeing all the videos of mine. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Goodbye.